So we are still waiting. We don't know when this morning session of the both leaders will take place. We are assuming sometime before lunch hours because we know beforehand that we were told by the presidential office of Cheongwade that the two leaders will be having their lunch separately,
which is
in
intriguing.
Different buildings.
Right.
So South Korean President Moon Jae-in will have his his lunchtime rather, with his delegation, while North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will return north of the border just by crossing the demarcation line like he did about an hour ago.
We're seeing the interior of the scenery, what it would have been like for the two sides sitting to face each other. We have a more refined clip, a playback from what happened behind closed doors. We're hearing the voice of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
You have come from far distance. Can you give us a short greeting? I came here by foot, the 200 meters. But crossing this border is easy because there's no high barrier. And I crossed the border very easily, and it took me 11 years to cross this border, but by walking, I wonder why we have spent so much long time since I crossed the border. We are having a very historic moment today, and there are a lot of people who are looking forward to this, and we could have a very good agreement. But what's important is that it's implemented, because if it's not implemented, then we will let more people down. So with such determination,
looks like we're experiencing some technical difficulties. We're hoping to have directly translated, interpreted version of the detailed pleasantries and exchanges between the two leaders. But we'll have to settle for the visuals and share with you what we have so far. Certainly, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un seems very dedicated to explaining his side of the story, that he wanted to do this for the longest time, and he questioned himself and his regime that why did it take so long to cross it. Sounds like it's quite poetic and timely of a gesture and remark to be made at this point. He also mentioned he is determined to make sure he won't let any more of his people down, because it was becoming more visible that the people of North Korea, just as much as the ones across the border, we would like to see that barrier torn down and for us to actually constantly be exchanging.
Let's listen in.
여기까지 역사적인 이 자리까지 11년이 걸려. 잘 연습됐습니까?
자, 우리 뭐 멀리서 오셨으니
You have come from far distance. Can you give us a short greeting?
제가 어떤 마음가짐 가지고
I
200m 거리나
crossed the 200 meter, and it's a very short distance. I told you earlier, but crossing this border itself, well, the border does not have a very high barrier, and it was easy for me to cross the border. And I came here to this very historic moment, and it took us 11 years. And as I walked here, I wondered what took us so long. Today is a very historic moment, but as I told you before, there are a lot of people who have high hopes. And because we need to have a very good agreement or document, but if they are not implemented properly or well, we will not have great developments, and this in turn will let many people down. So this is my determination, and we have lost 11 years, and I will make sure that we take use of the 11 years. And we will resolve issues, we will stay united, and we will have the same determination. And with such determination, we will be able to utilize the past 11 years. And at this moment, I have mixed feelings, and that's how I crossed the 200 meters. And at this moment here, I hope that we will write new history in terms of our cultural exchanges between the two nations. And we are here at a very important starting point. So we have a lot of issues of mutual interest, and we will deal with them frankly, and we will yield great results. And taking this opportunity, we will not go back to the original state, and we will not be able to not implement the agreement. And let's hope to look forward and walk together. There are many people who are anticipating today's results. And I saw earlier that the dinner menu is also a very hot topic here. And I also invited Pyongyang Naengmyeon, or cold noodles from Pyongyang. So I hope, President, you can enjoy the Pyongyang noodles, which I brought from afar. Actually, not that far. I hope you can enjoy this menu, and I hope that we can seriously and frankly talk about the issues at hand with President Moon Jae-in. We will have very good dialogue, and which are very much in need. We will yield great results. And this I tell you, President Moon Jae-in, and I'll also share this message with the press corps. Thank you very much. As we celebrate our encounter, the weather is great today. I think we have spring here on the Korean Peninsula. The spring on the Korean Peninsula is garnering much attention globally, and we are here at Panmunjom, which is garnering international attention. Citizens from North and South Korea, as well as people around the world, are having high hopes, and it can also be interpreted as that we have very much burden on our shoulders. Chairman Kim, you crossed the border for the first time, and at that very moment, Panmunjom has become a symbol of peace instead of a symbol of division. And this is very much anticipated by our international citizens, and you have made today's moment possible, and thank you very much for your courage. Today, our dialogue and our talks will also be very frank, and I hope we could have great agreement so that all of our people in the nation can receive a great present of peace. Today, we will have a long time to discuss, and we will be spending the whole day together. So we will discuss in length the dialogue that we haven't been able to carry out for the past decade.
기자분들이 아직
편하게 좀 이야기